A sorcerer is a witch that casts a spell on you, all right? They have no faith. They have no roots. Therefore, they are completely open to satanic possession and obsession. Many people in this nation are drug addicts. Being drug addicts, they open a door directly to demonic possession. Drugs put you in an altered state of consciousness. Pharmakia, remember, sorceries, drugs, it opens it up, and you can become possessed with a devil, with a demon.
But heroin definitely has its hold on this area. Never seen nothing like it. You know, every time you turn on the news, robberies, murders, deaths, shooting. For these small towns, it's just overwhelming.
And so, 25 to 35 million Americans are drug addicts. You had the collision of two forces over here in Charlottesville, Virginia.
You will not replace us! You will not replace us!
The foundations have been destroyed in this nation. Their faith in God has been robbed from them, and they have nothing in their soul. They're empty. They're void. A sorcerer is a witch that casts a spell on you. I have never noticed such a severe change in the behavior of the public. The city is falling apart. Now we have moved past the physical into the spiritual.
The world is on edge, and the threat of a nuclear attack is more real than it's been in decades. Earlier this week, North Korea showed off its new missile, which arced over 1,000 miles into space before splashing down.
Experiences like this, as well as others, make me feel if the end of this world or this age is near. The world, more than ever, values things that I don't. Gay marriage, paganism, feminism, racism, etc.
Of a highly anticipated Disney Channel original movie, Descendants 2. Here they are with a mashup of ways to be wicked.
What does the Bible teach about this surge in demonic activity? What specific resources are available to cope with this in my daily life? Are there specific verses that I should learn? The vast majority of the people in America have no faith. Their faith has been destroyed by Darwinianism in the public school system. How did we get here? What is this preparing us for? What does the future hold? What's down the road? Well, it seems to be pretty clear to me that the only religion that's going to survive in this world is going to be the religion that is hammered out on their anvil and created by their theologians and fed to the public. Their religion is going to be a universal religion that's going to lay the groundwork for the coming of the man of sin. A sorcerer is a witch that casts a spell on you.
Harvey is causing catastrophic flooding in southern Texas.
Losing faith. A new wide-ranging national survey says a shrinking number of Americans are calling themselves Christians. A growing number describe themselves as atheists or agnostics.
As above, so below. As within, so without. As the universe, so the soul.
I'm a Wiccan high priestess, and that means I'm a witch.
May we never hunger. May we never thirst. May we always have enough to share.
Come, West, come.
so mote it be.
It's love and it's healing, and everybody should be a part of it.
You might not expect it.
I see pentacles everywhere.
But in the present-day Hudson Valley,
we're on top of a giant quartz crystal, so all the energy is like really radiated through the Hudson Valley.
You are never far away.
We have a huge community.
From an actual,
we're here,
practicing,
we're real,
witch.
As above, so below. We're the best kept secret.
A sorcerer is a witch that casts a spell on you.
Witchcraft may conjure up images of Halloween, but for many practitioners in the area, it's about connecting with nature. They call the eclipse a symbol of spiritual rebirth.
For me, the cycles of the earth is what makes everything kind of special or magical. I draw energy from the world around me, whether it's from nature, from crystals, from candles. Because of the very rapid cycle of the sun during the eclipse, where it's actually going down in strength and then back up in intensity, it gives you kind of the appearance of the sun's death and rebirth.
And Lacer will hold an all-day celebration of the eclipse before and after the event at Myrtle Beach State Park. And other practicing witches will also hold a ritual during the eclipse to get rid of past burdens and invite in prosperity for the future.
During totality, or as close to totality as we will get, we will actually be burning those and letting go of them, kind of saying our farewells to what we're letting go of.
She says the goal is to give people practicing various forms of witchcraft and spiritualism a place to come together.
After complaints from several community members that only prayer or religious groups can give the invocation at Grand Junction City Council meetings, Council decided to allow a satanic invocation tonight.
We beseech all those present to shun primitive hatreds and superstition, bigotry, prejudice, and atavism. So say we all, in the name of reason, in the name of free inquiry, and in the name of rebellion against theocracy. Hail Satan.
You ready to take a picture? 3, 2, 1. Challenge over. Today we're going to be talking about the Blue Whale Challenge, also referred to as a silent house, a sea of whales, F57, or F57. Now, unlike other social media challenges, this challenge is a sinister one.
The challenge is established through social media. A curator directs the teen to carry out 50 tasks over 50 days. They get worse as the challenge continues. Teens are the targets, easily found in cell phone apps.
It appears to have started in Russia. These are images from users overseas. But news of the Blue Whale Challenge slowly spread online. It showed up in the United States in early May, all online and with serious consequences.
A lot of people are wondering what this challenge is.
Mel Patton is a mom, her daughter 12 years old. They live in Mississippi. Her daughter says she was invited to play the game by someone on Instagram, and she did. A complete stranger called an administrator or a curator sent a daily challenge.
After 50 days, the next step is to commit suicide.
One of the first steps? To cut F57 into her skin. She had to show proof she'd completed the challenge to get the next. Patton only found out when she saw pictures and screen grabs of chats in her daughter's deleted photos album.
And I think the hardest thing as a parent is to hear your child tell you that they're better off. They felt better off being dead.
Cast a spell on you.
Facebook has enacted an emergency shutdown of 2 artificial intelligence programs. The social media giant leapt into action after it discovered the 2 programs were writing their own code. At first they thought it was simply gibberish, but they soon realised the programs had invented their own language and were actually talking to each other.
Bots were supposed to learn how to trade virtual objects with each other, but instead it began repeating words in a mysterious and nonsensical pattern. Facebook researchers say that the pattern mirrors how humans develop speech patterns, but that hasn't stopped public fear of the AI's capabilities.
Tensions are rising between the U.S. and North Korea, with experts predicting North Korea could have deliverable nuclear weapons within the next few years. And tonight, many here in the Southland are taking that threat very seriously.
They say you can never be too prepared. Right now, these massive fallout shelters are under construction here in Montebello. Take a look from above. This one over here is 51 feet wide. It could comfortably hold a family of 10, about 500 square feet. This one over here, this is about 36 feet wide. This is 300 square feet and can comfortably hold a family of 6. Back to me. It's got a massive steel door that is blast-proof. Come on in. There's room for a shower, several beds. Also, at the end, a kitchen. There's enough room for a dining room table and also a television. All the comforts from home right here to help people prepare for the worst-case scenario. So how big is this?
This is a 36-foot Atlas.
Some are taking precautions to another level. Brian Fowler is with Atlas Survivor Shelters in Montebello. He says he's never been busier selling underground bomb shelters to people all over the world. Why have something like this? Why are these important, do you think?
For peace of mind.
The steel shelters are installed 20 feet below ground. They range in price from $19,000 to $165,000 and can be as luxurious as you like, complete with showers, couches, and big screen TVs.
You want to make sure that you're prepared today for what's going to happen tomorrow.
So who's buying them? People like this woman, who did not want to show her face since she wants to keep her shelter a secret.
You never know what's going to happen in the future, so we want one to be secure.
And though a doomsday attack may never end up happening, experts say it's better to prepare than regret. Back out here live, I got to tell you guys, these things are pretty big. They're very comfortable, enough room to basically stretch out and not hit anything. But the owner says some people are even building them to use as...
North Korea fired its latest missile at daybreak. It flew nearly 1,700 miles, provocatively right over northern Japan, before breaking into 3 pieces and crashing into the Pacific. Defense systems in Japan went into high gear. Early warning systems advise people to find cover. Prime Minister Shinzo Abe holding an emergency 40-minute phone call with President Trump, calling the missile launch a grave threat. Mr. Trump earlier this month took a hard line on North Korea.
They will be met with fire, fury, and frankly power, the likes of which this world has never seen before.
Afterwards, North Korea threatening to attack the U.S. territory of Guam, home to a key military base.
Less than a full day after the Islamic State militant group called for more terror attacks against Christians,
bearing the title, Break the Cross. The magazine cited the latest attacks in Orlando, France, Germany, and Bangladesh as prominent examples of a successful and necessary attack against Christians, labeling them as, quote, the cross worshippers and democratic pagans of the West.
American spy planes and special forces helping an army in trouble. It could be the Middle East, a city under siege, under ISIS rule, and under ferocious airstrikes. But this isn't Iraq or Syria, it's Marawi in the Philippines, and ISIS captured it 3 months ago.